Sattler sat with anxious friends and family watching the final episode of Jeopardy! Teen Tournament in November. By then, she already had the prize check. She just couldn't tell them that the episodes filmed in August. Only 4 others knew of her win and had to sit quiet like her for months. The cheers that filled the room when it became clear they were sitting with the champion were the final step of Claire's long journey, but some Twitter users' jeers and anger got to the 17-year-old senior from Bishop Vero Catholic High School. "I was more nervous about the internet's reaction," she said. "Twitter decided it didn't like me very much. Social media users decided a few personality traits were enough to send angry messages at the young competitor. Twitter very much decided I was the villain of the finals for some reason other than the fact that I talk a lot," Claire said. But people moved on to their next fixation. "I don't really think about it now," her father, Steve Sattler, said. The bouts of internet bullying bothered his daughter, but she learned from the hate. "She got fooled by some people," he said. "It really bothered her. I said, you don't need affirmation from a person who has nothing else to do than watch teen kids on a game show and make fun of them. It's a good lesson if you do something in the world. You've got to be ready for it." Jeopardy! Kids Week attempts. Teen Jeopardy! Wasn't Claire's first try at appearing on the classic game show. "I remember being a kid, like 10 years old, and watching Kids Jeopardy! And thinking, this is so easy, I can do this," she said. Sattler's parents caught on quick and began scouring the internet to send in an application. At 11 years old she passed the online test. The family headed to Atlanta for a live audition. "I got blown out of the water by the other kids," Claire said. "I was so nervous." One question about an old English epic story is forever scarred in Claire's mind. "There was this one kid in auditions who answered a question with Beowulf," she said. "Beowulf. And this was Kids Week, ages 10 to 12. He answered, and everyone was like, oh yeah, Beowulf. I didn't read it until my junior year of high school." This year's teen tournament live auditions were in New Orleans. Claire again passed the online portions and headed to the Big Easy. "I wouldn't say we were optimistic," her father said. "We extended the stay by a couple days to make it a family vacation, if nothing else." Not long after, Claire's mother got a call from a Jeopardy! Official. Claire made the cut. A week-long stay in Los Angeles soon followed Teen Jeopardy! Competition. Claire didn't study encyclopedias and dictionaries for weeks on end. Instead, she thanks her Jeopardy! Strategy. Answer questions you know are correct. You're trying to figure out if it's worth buzzing in for an answer you think is 80% right, she said. "There were a few questions that I was 99.9% sure was the answer, but I didn't buzz in." The strategy paid off, as she took a strong lead over her opponents in the final rounds. She ended with $38,200, twice as much as her closest opponent. A strict schedule kept the Sattler family from having a real vacation. Their only free day was spent at Universal Studios in Hollywood. Tuesday and Wednesday were spent in a studio where contestants produced show after show with a few outfit changes in between. Claire would be back in school on Friday. Claire's parents watched every show from the audience, tensely waiting for their daughter's turn. The Jeopardy! Officials never said who is competing in the next quarter-final match. "That first day was the most stressful," Steve said. "We'd never seen her perform. We didn't know what to expect." Claire passed the first day, going to Wednesday's semi-final and final matches. "The second day was much easier," Steve said. She had met her goal, the grand prize on the show. Claire said the money would go toward college. She wasn't lying. After taxes, the final check will be about $65,000. For some of Claire's top college picks, every penny might head to tuition. "I'd love to go to Massachusetts Institute of Technology, but I'm also looking at Columbia College, Georgia Institute of Technology, and staying here in state," Claire said. Without scholarships, 1 year's tuition and board could take most of her winnings. But she's hoping for some financial aid thanks to her good grades and high test scores. The school's science, technology, engineering and math, STEM, team inspired Claire toward a biomedical engineering degree. STEM teams compete with other schools in unique challenges. "My favorite is the DIY Battle of the Bands," Claire said. "You have to build your own musical instruments from scratch and play a song. We're the 3-year reigning champs, Green Day's Boulevard of Broken Dreams was the STEM group's first hit. A homemade violin and a cigar box bass guitar, fully electric, performed the song's intro. Claire comes in with drums made from Pringles potato chip canisters. Simply beating on tubes would have been too easy. Each lid held a touch sensor that told a computer to play the appropriate drum. Claire has taken a backseat in the team to focus on her dozen or so college applications. Subscribe now.